Okay.
I always come back.
There he is.
Hey.
Sorry,
Hey.
Faerun, I forgot the time.
Okay. Okay. Well, excuse me, just in time. Um, so just real quick before we get back into the game, uh, just a real honest question: would you prefer it if we push the game time back half an hour?
Like, me personally, I'm fine with what it is. I literally just forgot the time. I was
Okay,
watching
that's fine. I just thought I would ask, just in case,
Yeah.
because some things come up.
Nah, I was just watching Cyberpunk Edgerunners with my friends. It's their first watch through, so.
Okay. All right. So, um, after the guards were dispatched, a couple of the remaining guards have selected Sprig'o Mint out, singled you out. You are being marched to a city guard facility known as the Lantern Post. You are marched through the city. You approach a fairly large building that is known as the Lantern Post. And you discover as you approach the building, it's called that because wizards have cast light spells into the domes, which are transparent. So the light shines both within the building and appears as stars on the outside of the building, as if they were embedded into the domes of this city guard post. Um, and they introduce you to one Captain Herod Bain. He is a human veteran officer. Has a mustache, 6 foot build, medium. Has some fairly nice armor on. And the rest of you, of course, also being escorted through. And he looks you all up and down and then looks at Sprig and goes, "What exactly are you? Were you created by a necromancer?"
Oh, no, actually.
Well, that's good. Necromancer is prohibited in Calimport.
Yes. I'm not actually from around here, though. I do apologize.
So, are you undead?
No. I am what's known as a gelatin. Basically, normally our kind are made through the necromantic raising of a skeleton while it is inside of an ooze. This tends to cause a process called synthesis, which effectively fuses the ooze and the revived skeleton into one being, two semi-conscious entities becoming one fully conscious being. I'm neither the original ooze nor am I the revived dead. I'm technically something new, though I was actually made through an alchemical accident.
I see.
He pulls out a little journal from his pouch. Apparently, the body that now consists of half my existence belonged to an alchemist known as Sander Lacroix. He was messing around with ooze and their properties to potentially make new concoctions. And, well, he found out the hard way that things didn't quite work out how he planned. I have this journal of his. It lists various now chemical processes that he tried. It's actually what has inspired me in my relatively limited existence to also pursue alchemy. I want to know what inspired him to try what he did.
It's at this point apparently a half elf sergeant walks up and puts her hand out for your notebook.
He'll hold it out to her.
Okay.
It's not the first time he's let anyone read the notebook.
And she openly says, "This thing doesn't behave like undead." And then you guys can roll perception checks.
Alrighty.
Let me know if anybody gets an 18 or better.
I did not.
Nope. I did.
There you
Okay.
go.
So you notice coming from the side, there appears to be a priest of Calimport. Pulls out what appears to be a vial of holy water and is preparing to toss it on your companion. What do you do?
I say, that's not necessary. He's not an undead.
Assumably I can see this, right?
Once he points it out, sure.
Yeah, Sprig will turn to the priest and hold out his hand. If you'd like, good sir, I'll willingly drink that. I'm more than willing to prove that I'm not undead.
The priest just kind of stands there like, okay, this has never happened before. And he sprinkles just some on his hand and like flicks his fingers towards your face. And halfway expecting like smoke just to start appearing.
Sprig just doesn't really react at all.
Yeah. So at this point, he corks the vial, and the sergeant starts taking a very significant look at Sprig. And by significant, I mean she's like in your face, visibly inspecting every facet that she can, and seems to have a very significant fascination. Let's see. So she starts also peppering you with questions. She's like, do you eat?
Yes.
Do you sleep?
Yes, though not as long as most people would.
Do you possess a soul?
That is a question for all living beings, isn't it, technically? I personally believe I do, though I doubt it's the same one as the original body of this skeleton, or the one that was this ooze. Maybe it's something, a mix of the two. I'm technically neither.
Priest looks at you and goes, can you enter consecrated grounds?
I have been within a couple temples, yes.
And can you survive radiant energy?
Yes, I can.
So at this point, you've passed the holy water exposure test. Paladin, you notice that it has done some sort of ritual, and a couple of people have been holding up mirrors. So the sergeant continues and starts asking you a little bit more if you can provide more information about your origin.
Well, what do you want to know in particular? The process that made me in particular is listed in the notebook. It was basically the last notes that Xander LaCroix wrote before his unfortunate demise. As for after I awoke, I'd spent approximately 3 months in Xander's hometown. He was a bit of a recluse living on the edge of his village, so I wasn't really bothered. Although, eventually, a few of his neighbors did come to check on him, he wasn't entirely unsocial. They found me and, well, at first they did try to attack me, but after I showed them the notebook, they understood what had happened. I eventually sought a form of education. Like I said, I took an interest in alchemy.
So the priest appears to cast another spell, and basically goes, all of them seem to show traces of necromantic energy. Can you explain that source?
Could it be
You
from
were
the flesh golem?
If you're referring to us as a group, we did recently have a run-in with a pair of wizards. What did the guards last night call them? The Jenkins brothers, I believe.
The
They had
Duke
kidnapped all.
brothers.
The Thank you, the Duke brothers. Yes, they had kidnapped all of us and seemed to intend to use, well, our brains. He says, looking to the group. Although I actually lack a physical brain myself, it's just gel in there. But they seem to intend on using our brains to finalize the creation of a flesh golem. My guess is they had some kind of spell cast on us, but I can't say for certain. We all woke up in a cage.
I wonder what happened to that gnome that rescued us.
That
Rescue's
is-
not the quite word. It helped us with the prison break.
That
He
is a good
scampered off.
question.
Aye. Hope he's alright. Fella had no tongue.
Oh yeah. I wonder how that happened.
Probably in the golem.
Ugh. That sounds like it would have hurt then.
Before we kidnapped, we all graduated from the Adventuring Academy. I don't know what the name of it is, together just the day before. So our instructors, I'm sure, could vouch what we've been doing up until our kidnapping.
So as you make that statement, a crossbow bolt flies in through one of the windows in the building and strikes the priest in the shoulder. It only does minor damage. However, there is a caged pseudo dragon in the room, and it starts shrieking at the top of its lungs. As it starts doing that, people start kind of running around. The captain of the guard points to the sergeant, says, "You're in charge of those four. Do not let them move." Let's see. As they all start to ready weapons and go out, the priest falls over dead.
Oh shit.
And the captain's like, somebody's trying to stop this investigation. Let's go.
Gargum will crack his knuckles and go, alright, time for a fight.
Better than
You're
standing here waiting to get
stay
shot.
here.
Oh. Never have any fun. Same thing as school. Wouldn't let me. fight in the underground pits.
Sprig is gonna look towards the captain. If I may, Captain, it does seem that some individual is attempting to prevent you from investigating myself and my allies. Wouldn't it help, especially since you have skepticism about us, if we were to aid you in this matter? We may not have known any of you for particularly long, but we are not terrible people.
You hear some yelling coming from outside. Guard runs in, whispers something to the captain. The four of you can all roll new perception checks.
Alrighty. No.
18.
Good enough. All right. So what you overhear, anybody with a 15 or better, is one of the guards mentions that there appears to have been 3 assassins that had followed you from the initial time that you had reported the Duke brothers through your entire march through the city until you arrived here. And then one of them came back and is the shooter. And they believe that the assassin is one Jimmy the Hand. The captain kind of looks at the four of you and goes, well, since you seem to be tied directly to this situation, I'm agreeable to let you come along and help investigate. You can start by leading us back to the warehouse. So he and the sergeant gather up. The paladin is going to take control of the priest's body, as he is also a paladin or knight of Calimport. Let's see.
Didn't we? I asked the group. Didn't we hear the warehouse explode while we were with the guards earlier?
You're right. There was an explosion last night.
Yeah, something like that.
Wonder if there's much left.
Hey.
Unlikely.
All right. So I'm assuming you lead them back to the location.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, there was an obvious explosion, and the remnants of the building. The building is still technically standing. There's a fair amount of debris in the street still. The area seems to be filled with kids. Hang on just a second. Corbin, leave it. Go on. Sorry, my dog's wandering outside. So we have debris.
So in terms of over, does it look like there's any maybe solid objects left? Maybe stuff that was broken into that might have identified the Duke brothers?
So essentially, what's left of the building is just the first floor, as the bulk of the first floor was made out of stone. The upper floors were made out of wood. However, the doors, the outer doors of the first floor, were blown out. But there does seem to be an interior room that is also made of stone that has a barred iron door on it. And it is still fully intact.
Ah,
That
oh
seems
yeah,
like
right.
a
There
good
was
lead.
there was that basement. I'll go check out the door. Is it locked at all?
Let's roll. First, let me roll something here. The door is in fact locked.
All right. I guess, can I find the keys around it all?
What would you roll for that? I guess perception. Yeah.
All right.
You don't find any keys. Unless somebody wants to help you search.
Take a look
Yeah,
around.
I'll help.
Okay.
Perception, right?
Re-roll that
I'll cast.
with advantage.
I'll cast guidance on him also.
Okay. So, I believe that's adds a d4 to an advantage roll.
Yes.
Trying to figure out how to roll advantage just straight from the sheet.
Oh. I think there's a checkbox for it. Maybe not. I'm trying to. These new sheets.
Ah, I see it. All right.
Okay.
So there's advantage, and I'll just have to roll the d4 separately. Well, I got a.
Oh, nice.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
Plus, so 21 total.
Yeah.
Good.
So, you not only find a key, you find actually a full key ring.
This would be the same key ring I assume we used to get out of the cage.
Actually, no. This is a different key ring.
Oh.
And this key ring has lots of keys on it.
All right. I will go up to that iron door and just try each key one by one.
Okay. It doesn't take you long. The material of the door matches the locking portion of the iron door. You open it up, and there is a tunnel going down. Seems to slope down fairly sharply. There aren't stairs per se, but there are like worn foot marks on protruding stones going down.
Assuming they're not right there, like basically next to me, I'll wave for the captain and lieutenant, I think it was, that came with us.
Captain and Sergeant.
Sergeant. Captain, Sergeant, I have found a pathway over here.
You know what's down there?
no idea. It has some worn footpaths, but I'm not sure if the Duke brothers came this way.
I see.
Although it is likely.
Um, so the sergeant looks at the captain and basically goes, Captain, my men will not go down there. And as you look around, you see several of the guards nodding in confirmation of that. We know that there's some sort of critter underneath the city. In fact, it ate one of these, one of the members of this party.
Oh yeah, because you had typed like the
Yeah.
fighter's fate. Was that
Yes.
supposed to be something we actually happened to us already, or?
Yes. With how this everything has transpired, technically, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
At that point, Sprig will look at the sergeant. Oh, you're referring to oh, what's it called? It's the snake one.
Lamia?
The
Is Lamia
Lamia.
correct? Yes, a Lamia. We recently encountered them, actually.
That's one way to put it.
Well,
Mm,
that's not
true.
good.
We had gone searching for our missing party member. Well, we did find them, although,
What was left of them.
yes.
As you're standing there, all of you hear sounds like very loud humanoid footsteps.
Oh, where's it
And
coming
you
from?
guys can also roll an additional perception check.
Noted.
Well, and I should say, anybody who looks down the tunnel can roll.
Sprig was already by the door, so he.
Yep,
Right.
definitely.
Okay.
Okay. So Sprig. Let's see who else. Sprig and Vex. You do notice as you're looking down the tunnel, um, there's not just like the footpath, but you see like moisture in the footholds. Of an unusually large footprint.
Huh. That is interesting.
And it does
Big
appear to
footprint.
be an unchewed footprint.
Did they get that flesh golem working before detonating the building, I wonder?
Maybe they already had another one.
Maybe. Although, why would they bother making a second if they already had one? Perhaps the first was lonely, I guess.
Or they lost.
Captain's like, all right, well, since the city guard refused to go down there, I don't suppose you would care to go down and investigate.
Are you implying you're willing to let us out of your sight, Captain?
I think in this instance, I'm willing to do so. And should you come back with the Duke brothers in your possession, or information that leads to their arrest, we might even pay you for what you find.
Sprig will turn to look at the others. Well then, I won't decide for everyone, but I'm willing to go in there.
That's like a good deal to me.
Sure, I think so.
Hey, as long as I get to punch something.
All right.
Well then, Captain, I believe we will be taking you up on that offer.
All right. If you need any equipment, I can give you a small amount to buy equipment if you need to.
I think I'm good.
Should have what I need.
Yeah, we got our starter equipment, right? When we left.
Yes,
Yeah.
you recovered.
Sound
Yeah.
good. Yep.
Plus,
Think
we
I'm
have
good.
our items from graduation,
Yes.
which I still
Oh
have
right, I forgot to add that.
Yeah, I still got to add my sheet.
Yeah.
I didn't think to input it.
I got
Which
mine.
positions?
Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, but in the chat, I put a formula that you can put in the comments section of your sheet to use for custom items.
Yeah.
And if you want, as I give you custom items, I can go ahead and pre-generate that for you. So you don't have to develop it on your own. And it makes it easy because you can just copy and paste it into the chat.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if you can just for my item do that, because I gotta find where it was again.
I had to scroll up for mine as well. I luckily copy pasted it to a separate chat, but I've got to actually type it up.
I copied
got
and
mine.
pasted something, but I don't think it was the full.
Did-
No, it was the full.
Did you guys create a loot list?
Okay, there it is. Reinforced with faintly shimmering threads. Okay. Tory add. So putting that stuff into the description would make it do all that.
Yeah, you'll have to adjust the roles.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you can for mine
Sure.
make the template just so I can
Yeah.
copy and paste it, because that's
Can
way
you-
beyond my
Can you paste the description back in the chat, please?
Yep. Hold on, let me
Or if everybody needs me to do that, I'll just scroll up and do everyone's.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm working on mine. I'm gonna try to do it on my own for the most
Okay.
part. See if I do.
there's one you gave me. funny because start with a D8 for my unarmed strikes anyway. I get sweet signs. I don't think I can do much.
So we prepared to go down. Honora pulls
Right.
out the candle that she received, and then she casts light on the candle so that she can actually see more than 20 feet.
Okay.
Good call.
Yep,
I'll
yep.
cast mage armor on myself while we're readying up.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and post my item in here. I think I've mostly got it, although I don't know how to add a extra like companion sheet to myself for the thing. But I'm
Oh.
gonna try to figure it out.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Did you paste that yet?
Did who paste what?
Their item in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they posted it in the Discord chat.
Oh,
Just go. Oh, did you want in the? Oh, I can do it in the other one.
no, it's fine. Okay. So you have the cog work. Okay.
Yeah, I've inputted it on mine, pretty basically. I don't know if
Yeah.
technically I put it correctly, but
Yeah,
it's
mine
at
has
least got
some
its
special
basics.
things, so it would be easier to.
Its only special thing is technically I can use an action to basically deploy it, which I gave it an action, but I just don't have. Trying to figure out how to like add the sheet for when it's deployed to myself.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that mine has is the short rest push target thing, because I already deal a D8 damage normally, so I'll just be doing a D8 damage regardless, and then I guess the critical hit thing's funny. I like that. Crack. But once I hit level 3, the short resting won't even need to really be a thing either. Because I can, when I hit a creature, like a heavy hitter, when I hit a creature with unarmed strikes, I can use damage and grapple or shove them in the same smack. That'll be kind of fun. This just kind of gets me that early, which is actually not too bad.
Okay, I'm gonna test it here. Okay. I'll paste this in Discord now. Okay. You should see it as a file. Just a little too long for.
Oh. And then, do I just need to copy paste that into the description, right?
You can paste that in, copy and paste that into your notes on your character sheet. And then when you want to use it, copy and paste it into the normal chat, like I did.
Okay, I thought that was just going to be the thing. You know, I don't think I need that then. I could just copy and paste what's there. It's not like it changes anything other than the shoving.
Sure.
Yeah.
But hang on a second.
All right.
Because I will also give you this, which you might prefer better. You see the card in Discord?
That's cool looking.
And of course, you can keep that, just somewhere on your computer.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's the paste into the chat bit is better for weapons instead of an item like this.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
guess technically mine's not even a weapon. I mean,
Yeah, try
Yeah.
that real quick.
could count
Let's
as
see
one,
what
but
that
it's
looks
not.
like.
Just increases my stuff.
Oh, hey, look, that looks pretty good, actually.
Okay. That does look pretty good.
Yeah, that's from. I actually input, like, I'd made the actual item in my inventory, and
Okay.
I added the custom action, so that's the actual custom action.
Okay.
Yeah, like custom action I still have to make.
All right. So there's
Free
that.
action. Yeah.
Where'd my critter go? There he
Once
is.
for short rest when you hit it, and arm strike. Push a target 5 feet away, and then those are the things bad. Free action.
And then set one C or two. Probably two. No. There we go. Oh, I'm not gonna like this. So apparently in this version of the game, when you add creatures to a map, it has to build their sheets.
Yeah, I'm working on making a sheet for the Cogwork Companion. I found out how to do that.
Okay.
If you were to go make an NPC sheet, it pulls it up as a stat block.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
I assume this would qualify as a construct, by the way, right?
Yes. All right. All right. Fortunately, I know how to circumvent this in the future, so. But it's fine.
Whenever I want to
for
shove,
now.
I just do. Oh no, I don't do that. When I want to shove, I do iron palm shove, and when I score a critical, iron haymaker.
Okay.
Crack,
So
crack, crack.
this guy.
Easy.
We'll do that instead. Okay. All right.